Yo, what's going on, peoples? It's another good day to be alive. So today we're here to discuss any topics that go over fitness mentality, life mentality. I'm Zag. I'm going to be your host today, and we're going to talk about fitness and how we can achieve our goals. So a little bit about myself. I come from London, UK. Currently living in Malaysia. I'm a personal trainer, level 3. Been doing it since 2009, and it's been quite a journey, ups and downs. But I found my mentality again, and I'm here to kickstart Prime Fitness Mentor and to help anyone out there that may need assistance. So what we're doing today, this is my first ever video, and I just want to introduce myself. And basically, I want to start this channel, kickstart it off, create a community, a family, so we can always go over things like that you need questions that need answering. And if I can assist and help, I will. Whether you're at the bottom or you're at the top of your game, if you're an athlete or you're struggling, you've had issues in your life regarding fitness, like obesity, addiction. You feel like you're alone. You've got no one to talk to. This is the place for you. This is where we're going to get you on track and get you confident, get you fit. So if you can like and subscribe, that would be great. We're going to try and build this channel up. Today is my first day. I'll be honest with you, I'm hella nervous. But I keep saying tomorrow, I'm going to do it. And today I finally did it. So I'm right here now, I'm talking. There's no one in the chat, but that's fine. I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully someone will come through. And if anyone needs assistance, I'm here. So a little bit about myself. Like I said, I've been a personal trainer since 2009. It's been a while now. 46 years old. And when you get to that 40 mark, that's kind of where they say your life begins. But also, it can be that your life starts to take a turn. You know, everything changes. I can't describe it. It's just 1 minute everything's going great, and next minute everything flips upside down. So what do you do? What do you do when people seem like they're becoming distant from you? Everyone who you're training with, or who you believed would be with you for the long run, they now have disappeared, and you're on your own. I've done, as well as personal training, I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since 2005. I'm currently a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I found it kind of difficult to balance everything. Training Jiu-Jitsu, competing, working as a personal trainer, living, family. Once you try to juggle too many balls, you'll find that some start to drop. And that's kind of what happened to me. I fell into a bad crowd. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but maybe the last 8 years Before these last 2 years, let's just say they weren't my best years. But having said that, whether good things or bad things happen, like, you have to learn from these experiences. At the time, they sucked. I was thinking, why the hell am I going through this? But I pushed through, good or bad, like, I pushed through. And when I look back at it now in hindsight, I can see I learned so much from that experience. And even though I was going through problems at the time, I still managed to survive. That's one thing. After surviving, is to somehow get my head back in the game. I had basically gone from competing, training, making good money, and everything just disappeared. And I was left alone with a bad crowd and fighting my way back up out of it. The last 2 years, I've managed to save my last bit of money and move away from the UK. I now currently live in Malaysia, and it's been one of the best things I could have ever done, because I was just going around in circles in the UK, living in the UK, bumping into the same people, walking down the road, doing the same things, repeating, fighting, trying to get better, and then falling back into the same problems again. And yeah, I lost a lot of credibility and a lot of respect. But now that's gone. And I can honestly say that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And, no matter how deeply involved you are in something, there is hope. The only person that's going to get you out of this situation is you. You are the only person that's going to get you out of the situation. And I know you hear that all the time, and I heard it all the time. And I always wanted somebody to come and help me. I was looking for help from the outside. But the truth is, nobody cares, and no one's going to come and help you. And even the people that do care for you don't know how to help you. So you have to learn, you have to create a new version of yourself to pull yourself out of this situation that you may be currently facing. So I basically got deeply depressed, and then I became morbidly obese, 110 kilos. I used to be a fat kid as a youngster. I found jiu-jitsu, found fitness. I lost all my weight. I went from 110 kilos down to 76 kilos. After that, it was great. 12, 13 years. I was practicing jiu-jitsu, working as a personal trainer, and life was great. I thought, now God drops down a little bit, bang, life smacks you in the face once again. And then, as you hear in a lot of these motivational speeches and stuff, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you get hit and you can get back up again. And that is so true. Because you may think you're in control of your life and everything's okay, but some things out of your control can take you out of that fold. It doesn't matter how good your life is, how much money you've got, what sort of business you got, whatever you've got, everyone is susceptible to a downfall. Now, we have to go through this process in life to learn, to understand, hey, I got knocked down. Oh, this happened. Now, I know how to get out of this because I've experienced this before, and I'm going to pull myself out using the same method I did last time. Now, it won't always work, but it's always good to have that in your toolbox. So for me, now talking about jiu-jitsu, I spent many years doing jiu-jitsu, and I competed, I was training every day, porrada, the Brazilians, and the non-Brazilians, the English, every day we go to the gym and we kick each other's butts, our bodies go through turmoil, ripping each other's shoulders, arms, legs, putting pressure on our neck, And after years of this, I can honestly say that I wish I took a different approach into all of this. You know, I had this thing, I want to be a champion, I want to be a winner, I want to be the apple of everybody's eyes. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Jiu-jitsu is a cycle. And I've walked away now with multiple injuries. Um, I've got my clavicle exposed. I've had knee surgery. And if I can look back and say to myself, was it worth it? No. And I've tried to get back into my jiu-jitsu. I've tried to check because I've moved countries. I've gone to different clubs. And one thing I can say about jiu-jitsu and a lot of the people is they claim that they don't have egos. Everyone has an ego, but what I found is jiu-jitsu is not the same as it used to be when I got into it. Now, you've got housewives coming, having lattes, doing jiu-jitsu, and all of this stuff. And people, when I started in 2005, it was a very small, tight-knit community, and it was a great atmosphere. But now, if you do something wrong, you get looked at in a wrong way. And it doesn't matter if you're a white belt; they can now attack higher belts through not even jiu-jitsu, just complaining to the teacher and stuff like that. And that's cool. Like if you own a school, a jiu-jitsu school, and you want to be like that, then be like that, because you're a slave to the system. You just want to make sure everyone's happy and you're making money, and that's cool. And so for me, I found it very difficult to settle into any clubs. I found a lot of fake instructors, a lot of people that like to talk, and jiu-jitsu is not like it used to be. So anyway, enough about jiu-jitsu. I was coming to a new country to start a new life. And you come here and you don't know a lot about the country. For instance, I came to Indonesia to start. So I came to Indonesia not knowing nothing about what Indonesia has to offer, Jakarta to be precise. I started speaking a little bit of Bahasa, which along my journey and my travels is great. Now I'm in Malaysia. They speak similar to in Indonesia, Malau. But what I will say is along the way, you hope that you'll meet people that will be understanding of your journey and will somehow assist you, And I've been out here now for nearly 15 months on this side of the world. And I can honestly say that nobody is going to help me and nobody's coming to help me. So that's why I'm here on this platform, starting my own revolution. And I want to make it quite clear that I have got nothing against anybody. And that when I'm talking, it's just from my experience. So basically, when you come to a new country, you don't really know much. I came here severely overweight, having been depressed for many years in the UK. I needed a lifestyle change. I came to Indonesia and everything everything was fried, everything was goreng, everything was gula, sugar, everything. And I think that's just the difference between the East and the West. And it was hard to lose weight when everything's so cheap and, everything's not the greatest quality, let's say. So I've had to fight through that. And I'm training hard, I have my old training routines, and I lost weight once and I'm losing, and I want to lose weight again. So basically, I tried to get back into jiu-jitsu. I went to jiu-jitsu. Some years have passed. The younger guard have come up now, and it's a different mentality. I'm a 46-year-old. I'm fighting 25-year-olds who want to put their life on the line at training. I'm fighting blue belts who compete, and they're young, 26. And I say to them, hey man, let's take it easy, bro. I'm training every day. And next minute they're trying to break my neck. So I get upset with these people, and rightly so, because if you're gonna not be nice, why should I be nice to you? That's the way the world works. And then they turn it on themselves like they're the victim. And then everybody, oh, and that's cool. Like, I don't like fake people and I don't like fake gyms. So let's just get that out straight. I'm here now and I'm on my own. Now, this is the one thing that I'm going to come to throughout all of this is that nobody's going to do it for you. You have to wake up every day and you have to do it yourself. You have to be disciplined. You have to grind. You have to do everything in your power, even if it's just small steps to start with. And I can tell you from experience that this is what's happened to me. And even me, I know I was a 76 kilo lightweight champion fighting, and then I became overweight, and then everyone was looking at me like, whoa, what's happened to this guy? And they just leave you and they laugh at you and no one wants to support you mentally. And you know what? That's cool. You have to use that as fuel to push through. And now I'm running 5K every day on the treadmill. I'm riding 10 miles on the bike. I'm swimming. And I'm doing all the things now that are going to help my body repair. My body's going to get better now. Okay. I've got out of the whole, like the click thing, going there as a group, and following some instructor's way of thinking. And I've basically thought about what my body needs. So I need cardio. I also need mobility as I'm getting older to improve my flexibility. Now, when I'm getting bunched over and crushed by a young 25-year-old, 26-year-old, and my cervical vertebrae is getting like crushed, and I'm, walking away like this, it don't help. So I have to be realistic. Jiu-jitsu now for me, it's really there as a light hobby and possibly something I want to teach. And I want to be one of those guys that has the exception to the rule and to teach it in a good way, in a way that doesn't really hurt you. But it's very difficult to do that. But me, I prefer now rowing, running, swimming, lifting weights, mobility exercises, functional exercises, foam rolling, this sort of thing here. It helps. I've now created a program for myself. In the morning, I'll get up, I'll pray, I'll listen to some motivation. I'll get up, I'll start my day on a positive vibe. I'll avoid social media. I'll get to the gym. Luckily, I have a gym where I live downstairs, so it's not really a problem. If you have to trek, that's a bit of an issue. But I have one downstairs, and I do that. I go down there, I foam roll my calves, my hamstrings, my quadriceps, my IT band. Good 10 minutes, get into the mode, slap the headphones on, and then I'll jump on that treadmill. I'll hit quick start, and boom, I'll do my 5K. Not the quickest 5K in the world, but everything is practice. Your times, everything is measured. And this is what I like about running on a treadmill, rowing, cycling, resistance training, functional training. Everything can be measured. You can learn to see the improvements. Your body is now becoming stronger because you're lifting heavier weights, but not just jumping in the deep end. You're building up to that power. You're more explosive. You're running faster sprints, 100-meter sprints. You can see that because the time is telling you you're running faster. Endurance, you're running for longer. All of this stuff matters. As a human being, you are created to run from danger. You are created to swim. If you fall into water, you need to get out of that water. You need to be able to swim. If you can't swim, if you can't run, if you can't lift, if you have no power, if you have no strength, then you're weak. You're weak. You have to increase all of your attributes, and that should be your primary goal every day. Now, going to jiu-jitsu, yeah, it's cool. I can flip around. I can do this. I can do that. That's all you're going to do, because you're not going to be able to walk for 2 days after that. Or if you train every day, you're just going to be doing that movement every day, and your body's going to be becoming more imbalanced until it breaks. So my tips for you, if you are a beginner and you are looking to lose weight, I will be doing more live streams. I'll be doing more videos. If you want to leave me a comment or a question in this video, I will be able to answer it in my next video. We're going to do it like that. I'm new to this. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to this. I'm starting out. So please forgive me if it's not what it's meant to be, but I hope with time and with the more of you that come into this, we can, as a team, we can move forward and we can progress this channel. Prime Fitness Mentor in the house, yo. And yeah, just good vibes. You know, if you want to come on here, you want to talk about techniques, you want to talk about your struggles, difficulties, then you're more than free and welcome to come in here, leave your questions, ask me questions. And like I said, if I can assist, I will. I'm Zag. Like, if you didn't catch that at the beginning, just a little disclaimer. I'm a personal trainer, level 3. I've taught group exercise. I've taught one-to-one training. I've trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've trained in all sorts of things. I don't specialize in any of the other things that I mentioned, like running, rowing, and stuff like that. But no one really does. You just got to do it. You just got to get on that treadmill and run. And I'll be honest with you, last week I ran 5Ks back to back each day, and it sucked. Like by the first one, I was like, whoo, yeah, great. I had energy. Then the second, the third, the motivation started dying. And then by Friday, I was dead. My body's, and on top of that, I'm training weights in the evening. For me, I get to rest during the day. So rest is important, you know. If I can rest during the day, allow my body to heal to some sort of capacity, then I can go and do some more exercise. So, but you'll find, but one thing I'll tell you now, this is like the second week of my running. And I went for a 5K today, couldn't get on a treadmill, ended up doing 10 miles on a bike, got on a treadmill, did a 1 mile run as fast as I could, then got off the treadmill, went to the swimming pool, did 10 lengths, and just sat in the sauna. That was today's training. Tomorrow, we're looking to get on that treadmill again. But in between all of that, active recovery, foam rolling, stretching. This is what you need to be doing. Resting doesn't mean laying on your bed doing nothing. You have to stretch your muscles back out. You have to foam roll your muscles. Deep tissue myofascial release. You need to release them. Those muscles are really tight. So when you feel like sore, it doesn't mean you can't train no more. It just means you need to loosen them up using some foam rolling, some stretching, stuff like that. So I hope that you guys have got some sort of benefit from this video. And I look forward to releasing, going live more and answering questions. Like I said, I'm Zag. This is my first ever video. If you're watching this, I'd like to thank you. And I hope to see you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Become part of the family. Let's grow this channel and let's grow as a team. And let's train together. Let's be happy together. Let's move forward and let's conquer together. That's the main thing. Your confidence will increase with your training. Like right now, whoever you are out there watching this video, like if you feel like life is terrible, nobody likes you, it's hard, it's difficult, I want this to be the day that you change your mind and you join this revolution with me and we do this together. Prime Fitness Mentor in the house and here for you. You're not alone. Have a good day, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are. Prime Fitness Mentor. I'm Zag, and I'm out.